Let me paint a picture for you. You open Instagram, you scroll through vacation photos, birthday posts, gym selfies, and someone's very passionate opinion about oat milk. You double tap a few things, maybe laugh at a meme, and then you close the app. No post, no story, no status update. You were there, completely present, but invisible. And if someone asks you why you never post, you'd probably shrug and say something like, "I just don't feel the need to." But here's the thing. That answer is far more psychologically interesting than it sounds. Because the people who watch everything and share nothing are not just being shy. They're not lazy, and they're definitely not checked out. In fact, the psychology behind this behavior reveals something quietly profound about how certain people process the world, protect their identity, and experience connection. So if you're one of these people, stay with me, because what I am about to share might be the most accurate description of how your mind works that you have ever heard. Let's start with the obvious question. Why do most people post on social media in the first place? Psychologists have studied this extensively, and the short answer is validation. When you share something and people respond, likes, comments, reactions, your brain releases a small hit of dopamine. It is the same reward loop that makes slot machines addictive. You post, you wait, you get a response, you feel good. For many people, social media becomes a feedback system for their self-worth. They need the external mirror to feel real, seen, and valued. Now here is where it gets interesting. The person who never posts does not need that mirror. Or more precisely, they have already built one internally. Psychologists call this having a high internal locus of control. It means your sense of identity and self-worth is generated from the inside rather than calibrated by the reactions of other people. You do not need 12 people to like your dinner photo to confirm that you enjoyed your dinner. You already know you enjoyed it. That internal knowing is enough. But there's another layer here, and it has everything to do with observation. People who watch without posting tend to be highly perceptive individuals. They're natural anthropologists of human behavior. While everyone else is crafting their own narrative for the audience, the watcher is studying the crowd. They notice patterns, who posts when they are insecure, whose highlight reel hides a difficult reality, whose confidence online evaporates in real life. They're reading the room while everyone else is performing in it. And because they're always watching, they become exceptionally good at understanding people. There is also a concept in psychology called self-disclosure theory, which suggests that what we choose to share publicly reveals our psychological needs at any given moment. The silent observer has simply made a different calculation. They have decided, consciously or not, that the cost of self-disclosure outweighs the benefit. And that cost is privacy. Real, raw, unfiltered privacy. Not secrecy, not shame, privacy. There is a meaningful difference. Secrecy is hiding something. Privacy is choosing what deserves to live only in your world. These people guard their experiences like treasures. A beautiful sunset is more beautiful when it belongs only to them. Now, let me bring in something called the spotlight effect. Research by psychologists Tom Gilovich and Kenneth Savitsky found that people dramatically overestimate how much others notice and care about what they do. Most social media users are operating under the quiet anxiety that everyone is watching and judging them. Ironically, the person who never posts has already escaped this trap. They have, either through reflection or intuition, figured out that nobody is really watching as closely as you think. And that realization is incredibly freeing. You might be wondering whether this kind of behavior signals introversion. Sometimes yes, but not always. Some of the most extroverted, sociable people in the world never post a single thing online. The distinction is not about energy, it is about intentionality. These are people who tend to be deeply intentional about where they invest their attention and identity. They choose depth over breadth. They would rather have one real conversation than 100 surface-level reactions to a photo. There's also something philosophical happening beneath the surface. The person who never posts seems to have made a quiet peace with impermanence. They live the moment fully without immediately converting it into content. And in a world obsessed with documenting everything, that is almost radical. The philosopher Byung-Chul Han wrote about the tyranny of transparency, the cultural pressure to make every inner experience visible. The silent scroller quietly resists that tyranny every single day without making a single announcement about it. So what does all of this mean for you if you recognize yourself in this description? It means your silence is not absence. It is a form of strength. It is a signal that your inner world is rich enough that it does not constantly require the validation of an external audience to feel real. You are the observer, the thinker, the one who pays attention when everyone else